Manchester United's academy is in the strongest position talent-wise than it has been for a long time, and two new signings have now been completed. Let me tell you who Seone Lusale and James Overy are, the latest on record-breaking striker signing Chido Obi-Martin, and more about United's under-18s, who have started off the season in a flawless fashion. Carrington is definitely cooking right now. Last season saw Manchester United's under-18s win the treble, and this season they've started off on fire. I'm going to run through a full academy update really for you. The two players on the thumbnail, Seone Lusale and James Overy, they've both now been signed. What about Chido Obi-Martin? What about Shea Lacey? Amir Ibrahimov? Gabriel Bianchetti, who's scoring loads of goals for the under-18s this season? I am going to explain all of it to you in the next 8 minutes. Drop a like on the video. This is going to be a good one, because the academy is a very, very exciting place right now at Manchester United. Let's speak about these two first, all right? That is James Overy on the left, and that is Seone Lusale on the right. Now, James Overy is a player that we had signed from Perth Glory, I think it was, in Australia. He's a right back, but it's taken so long. He's turned 17. I think a deal was agreed when he was 16. Anyway, he's a right back, and he is now going to be able to play for the under-18s. Going to be looking forward to watching him play, and he's excited. Of course he is. It's come from Australia and come from Perth Glory to Manchester United. Nice, we take that. Seone Lusale, again a 16-year-old. We signed him in the summer from Crystal Palace, but we've been waiting for clearance on both of these players. And that clearance has now been completed. He's excited there. He's looking forward to it. And it is two new additions, because any great academy has to be able to find the best local talent and bring those through, and also the best talent from other clubs. And United have done that with those two. And a big name that everybody's waiting for, I mean, physically, literally big, he's bloody massive, Chido Obi-Martin. Now, as it stands, Obi-Martin is still waiting to complete his move to Manchester United. There's been plenty of these videos that have been going around. It's just him keeping, this one's back from August, I believe, him working on his finishing in training, are still away from Manchester United. Chido Obi-Martin currently cannot play for United still. Now, I think it's down to the negotiations over probably like training fees and stuff like that, but it's not expected to stop the move from happening. But Obi-Martin's going to be coming in. So that's Lusale, that's Overy, and that's Obi-Martin, and another player here in Seone K, who I've already spoken about and covered here, right? Kone has already been signed. He is enjoying himself as well. This is, oh, let's turn the volume down on that bad boy. This is a little video of him receiving a pair of shin pads that little fan gave him outside Old Trafford. And that's the shin pads there. He's been to watch the under-18s. He's been to watch the under-21s. But Finn, Academy Scoop, is suggesting, and I think this is the correct thing to do, that Seone K is not going to be rushed in at any point. You know, when we saw straight away people suggesting he's going to be fast-tracked into the first team. He was signed in August. It's the end of September. Nearly a month of just settling in to his new surroundings, from Mali to Manchester, and getting used to it, right? But that's 4 new signings. And then you look at the under-21s, is what I mean. There's so many areas where you can just look at and just get excited. The under-21s, they're playing yesterday, winning. Well, not winning. Equaliser in the 96th minute, and then one on penalties. We saw Dan Gore come back from injury after a long time out to play for to wear the captain's armband. You saw Jack Fletcher this season made the step up from the under-18s last season to the under-21s this season, where he scored 2 against Barnes. I think he scored 4 goals so far. I think he scored as many goals this season as he did last season with the under-18s. I think so. And then we look at the under-18s and we see how they've started this season. You can see there, Derby, top of the league, 1 more game played. United have played 4 games. They've won 4, 13 goals scored, only 1 conceded. And inside those 4 games, we've beaten Liverpool away from home, I believe. We've beaten City at home. We've beaten Newcastle away from home. Trounced them 5-1. The under-18s won the treble last season. They won the Premier League North, the overall Premier League National Championship by beating Chelsea, and the Premier League Cup. And they started this season in red-hot form. And so is this man, Gabriel Bianchetti. Last season, I'll be honest, when I looked at how Ethan Wheatley and Bianchetti was going in across the course of the season, I would have put Bianchetti as sort of maybe a better prospect. But because Wheatley had a stunning second half of the season, he broke through into the first team and got his opportunities. Watch this space with Bianchetti, all right? That's the last game we played, I believe, the under-18s. He grabbed a couple of goals, but you can see down there, a certain Amir Ibrahimov grabbed a couple of assists. Here's one here against Middlesbrough. First time ball, boom, over the top. Lovely weight and shape on that ball to Mantato, who puts it away. Very nice. And again, there's another player to be excited about. Mantato, who just signed his contract last season. But you can see the point. This video deserved like a full summary of not just why it's exciting that we've brought in Lusale and Overy and they can finally make their debut. Not just for the fact that we're going to be waiting for Seone K to make his debut for the under-21s, or the fact that Obi-Martin still is yet to be completed as a signing, but when he comes in, he's a record-breaking striker. Add in the fact that, what about Shea Lacey? What about all the other players? What about Fitzgerald? What about Finley McAllister? United's academy right now is just in such a strong position. And at the same time as all of this, you're seeing United being linked with other players, all right? Chris Rigg, I think is he Sunderland? Yeah, he's Sunderland. Is a youngster that United are getting quite heavily linked with. I've seen his name come up quite a few times. Of course, there's another name that United fans will now know because of how he played against us when we played Southampton, but Tyler Dibbling, I think his contract runs out next summer. That one's fleeting. But United have, over the last few years, and I've already done my video on the transformation of United's academy and how well we've done in terms of the recruitment that we've brought in, the restructuring of the academy system, Adam Lawrence coming from being, I think he was like an under-16s coach to becoming the under-18s manager last season, winning the treble. And this season, we can see the continuation. And now we've got Overy and Lusale in. Soon, we will have Chido Obi-Martin. And at some point in probably the not too distant future, we will see Seone K make his under-21s debut at the same time as Manchester United's under-18s are storming the league again. The under-21s, it's a mixed league, the under-21s, by comparison to the under-18s. There seems to be a lot more structure. I don't know, maybe it's because the players... I don't really know the excuse. There's not really an excuse. It's just... The academy is probably my favourite thing at United? To watch an academy player come through, I don't think there's anything better. And we've been privileged enough over the last couple of years to see Kobbie Mainoo and Alejandro Garnacho. Not exactly a bad pair of players. But with all these new players coming in, with the under-18s continuing what they did last season, with Bianchetti, I think he's got 8 goals so far for the under-18s, firing them in. With Ibrahimov now returning from injury, getting a couple of assists. With Shea Lacey, he'll be making his return. Is he still injured? I'm not quite sure. I don't think he is. There are just so many reasons to be positive and excited about what we've already got. And then you look elsewhere, and it feels like United's academy is just in such a good place, and I think it's only going to keep getting stronger over the next few years. And I'm excited about it. I think you should be too.